A layman's guide to mindfulness journey. Journey. Life is also a journey. I was reflecting on the teaching of one master this week. And let me put it in my own way. First is, the knowledge. We say the sense organs is an instrument of knowledge. So I see you, computer screen, house, light. So the knowledge I get from the sense organs, we can say the knowledge, it's external knowledge. External knowledge. What we call the sense perception. It is visible. No, I can see. Fact. This is what we see. But can I see your thought? No. So there is another knowledge. It is an indirect. It happens into the mind. What is going on in your mind, I can't see what is going on. Even I cannot see, but still I can see through my understanding. Thought pattern, feeling. So one is a gross and purely a physical knowledge. And second is mental, subtler knowledge. Now, just think and answer in your mind. We don't plan to be angry. We don't plan to be stressed. So that doesn't happen in that thinking field. Because if it happens, I can control it. So what I say, anger happens, agitation happens. So it happened, and then I'm sorry. So that cycle continues. So it means now you see that knowledge, first, sense knowledge, second, mental, thoughts, feeling, and we can say the third, behind that. There are sanskaras, the impressions, or we can say pre-programmed. Those anger, agitation is there, and that's why we say we cannot plan for it. It happens. Okay. So, the seeker of the mindfulness never blames anyone outside. Oh, you are responsible for my anger, you are responsible for my problem, you are responsible. No blame, no complaint game. No. It says there is something behind that mental perception of the thought that causes that. Now I came up with the two words, actionless thought and thoughtless action. Thoughtless action, anger, agitation, suffering. Thoughtless action. Just pay attention. You have to contemplate and reflect. So thoughtless action. So before the action takes place, I become aware. The anger disappears, agitation disappears, the suffering disappears. Action-less thought, but why it happens? That is the subject matter of any meditation, any journey in meditation or mindfulness. Thought, I mean knowledge is there but not translated into action. Actionless thought. There is another area. There the mindfulness comes. I know peace is within me. I know it. But that particular thought is not translated into an action. I fall short of mindfulness. How simple it is. I think you're getting it. Thought, knowledge, is there. What is that knowledge? Peace and happiness are my essential nature. That's what I have been talking about. But not translated. That knowledge is not absorbed completely. That is why it is a journey. We have to continue the journey until that knowledge of the peace and happiness is totally absorbed inside, so that it becomes an action-full thought. You see that? We use the term mindfulness. I'm bringing you to that. Action-less thought. Now action-full thought. What is that action-full thought? Taking one example. In your time, New Jersey time, 10 a.m., mindfulness with this crazy guy will happen. So you know it. And that knowledge is translated. That's why we are connected. Now the peace is not translated into my life, so I have a suffering. See that. But why? Why? Why it is not translated? Everything is translated. I'll go to the restaurant, eat pasta or chicken, and then I'll drive my car there. Everything is so normal, except this one. Can you find out one reason? The major reason. That this mind is still hoping that happiness is outside. So I go to one restaurant. I find food is okay, but then not good. So let me hope to go to another restaurant. For example, you see that? The mind somewhere deep inside still hopes that I will find happiness in this man, in this woman, in this person, in this home, in that home, in my son, in my daughter, and the journey of ignorance continues. There are two factors. Actionless thought. One is that, the anger, hesitation, one part of it. So that covers the state of mindfulness, that covers, that veils our happiness inside. And the second is, the mind is still hoping. What is that hope? Hope is a desire. So that desire prompts thoughtless action. Are you getting it? That hope is nothing but a desire. That desire prompts thoughtless action. So we continue. We continue with the conflict and confusion and anxiety and a long list of problems that we all are aware. Thoughtless action is the result of that hope. And that hope comes from the actionless thought. There are two elements. One, what we say, anger, hesitation. The other is a hope. So it means the mind continues to move outside with people, with place, with possession, with event, and the time to find happiness outside. And what is mindfulness? Mindfulness is move the mind inside, living within and awakening within. So when we do not understand this movement of the mind, then what happens? The mind swings like a pendulum. Oh, I'm sitting in meditation and my mind is somewhere else. It is dreaming. See that? So once I see it clearly, then what happens? then the mind moves from thoughtless action to thoughtful action. Now see, what is thoughtful action? Do you still remember that you opened your computer or PC or phone and that you are connected to me? That action is complete. The mind need not to think. The mind is okay. Thought, knowledge, action, done, finished. Now the main principle, and then we will do it. What is the main principle? How beautifully explained by this master. He says the life is nothing but knowledge and action, the perception and action. If I don't have a right knowledge, action will not be right, will not be complete. So what is that right knowledge? So now see, the masters, they use the term ignorance, they use the term ignorance means that I do not know who truly I am. Incomplete knowledge of who am I. So when I have that incomplete knowledge of who am I, thoughtless action, actionless thought. Life is just two movements, knowledge and action. Knowledge is right, action will be complete. So what is that right knowledge? Mindfulness discovers. What is that right knowledge? I am of the nature of peace and happiness, love and wisdom. Now connect the dot, because it is not translating into action, so you will come to know their problem. Now you see the come to know the problem. This is how, now see, there the masters uses the term, because why the mind does not have a right knowledge? Because it is impure. So that impurity is nothing but the mind does not find, you can say, the strength, or it is not aware to translate that knowledge into an action. Why? Because of the impurities. Why? What is that impurities? Thoughtless action, actionless thought. So it brings millions of the thoughts. But what we normally do in our life, you have read, you have heard mindfulness, meditation is very good. Oh, so let me do the practice. The mind is still impure. I did not understand. I don't get the result. Teacher is bad. Teacher doesn't know it. Let me change the teacher. You go on changing the teacher, nothing happens. Now practice, I don't like this practice. Like comes from the hope. The mind is still moving outside. I like this practice, I don't like this practice. Nothing happens. And at last, leave the mindfulness. Go for the pills. Another principle. There is no desire fulfillment in life. And what is mindfulness? Self-fulfillment. We already know. We fulfill one desire, second desire comes. Second desire fulfilled, third desire comes. So there is no desire fulfillment. And that desire fulfillment works with a hope in the mind that I will be in peace and happiness, moving in the world outside, from one person to the second person. I was very happy when I got married. Now I am not happy because I am married. So let me divorce, change the person. I don't change the mind. The mind continuously works in that area. That is the problem. Nothing else. So you see that you can simply say that desire fulfillment, drop the desire fulfillment, understand it, practice mindfulness, awakening takes place. Understand, have a correct knowledge, actionless thought, thoughtless action, drop both of them, allow the right knowledge and action to move and work simultaneously. In the word, you live in the state of mindfulness. When Master says, Manohi Dividham Proktam, mind is of two types, pure and impure. The impure mind always seeks desire fulfillment by projecting happiness in others, and the pure mind is devoid of it. You live in the state of mindfulness. You don't practice it, you live in it. That is why we say mindfulness is a happening process. Let us start our journey. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. With that understanding, with that knowledge. Can I say it's a knowledge practice? Yes. Eyes are closed. What we are doing, you see that? I explained you in the first hand, sense perception. No, mindfulness is not there. Mental perception, it is not there. Behind that, we are erasing that impurity. What is left? A state of mindfulness. That's the journey today. How simple it is. How easy it is. Eyes are closed, you are comfortable, and knowledge of being comfortable happens in the mind, action, and this knowledge and action both are done. It becomes complete. You remain comfortable during the entire practice. That is the key. So look at the neck joint, feel the sensation. Sensation is a knowledge. See that? Being comfortable and experience the steadiness. Now you can easily understand why I use being comfortable all the time. A signature step. But the more deep you go, better it is. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. Feel the sensation. Being comfortable and experience steadiness. There is nothing we are doing, I'm telling you frankly. That is another way to understand it. For any action to be performed, you need a knowledge. So the instruction is nothing but the knowledge. And if it is right, translating into action is not an issue. And if it is not an issue, today everything will happen, once and for all. Hip joint, feeling the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. You know, knowledge when translates into knowledge is fully absorbed, what happens? Experience, awareness. See that? Become aware of the entire body. Look at the entire body from the top to the toes. Knowledge, sensation. Another knowledge, being comfortable. Now knowledge and action are one. Yes, I'm comfortable, go ahead. But there is also an experience of steadiness. Why I introduced that word? To maintain awareness that when the mind in a hope moves outside, it has to go through the body, it will move the body. So you will become aware, oh, mind is moving outside, it's moving the body. Otherwise, you have to do nothing. I'm not saying you sit in a particular pose and you feel unease and you feel the pain. No, whatever the position is good for you is also good for me. See that? You're sitting, lying, standing. Let us start the journey. Second point, being carefree. Now see, we have to go deeper. So the second knowledge we get from the thoughts, invisible to others. We don't care. Let the thought come and go. Carefree. You see that? Are you aware in the journey? Knowledge, thoughts are coming and going. What action to be taken? Nothing. Let it come and go, like the traffic. Simple, like the traffic that you go. See that? So before we go deeper inside, behind the two types of knowledge, the sense knowledge and the mental knowledge of the thoughts and the feeling and the sensation, we should make sure that the mind doesn't return outside. And that is why I gave you the next step. Look at the head and the neck. Be there. Slowly, we are not moving faster in time. We just be there on the head and the neck. We experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So here the mind plays a lot of tantrum. And what we are asking the mind, look at it, don't hope outside. You see, the knowledge part is very important, so the action part. So why I go for the major parts of the body? So that mind, even in one major part, it experiences that state. It's not that, we are working for relaxation. We are working for mindfulness. Relaxation is a byproduct. Look at the right arm. The mind is looking at the right arm, feeling the sensation, and experiencing relaxation and stillness. So I qualify steadiness as just a moment, and stillness, it's a continuous state. Why? Now the mind start moving with it. Check yourself. It is your knowledge, it is your experience, it is your journey. Okay, look at the left arm, or move the mind on the left arm, or be there and experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Chest and the belly. The mind goes to the chest and the belly. You know, you have already heard in science that it's a progressive relaxation. Outer format may appear same, but our goal is different. Once you have that correct knowledge, the mindfulness is not too far. So look at the chest and the belly. Be there. Feel the sensation, relaxation and stillness. We did nothing, and we are not going to do anything. You see, the action part, knowledge, action merges, happening takes place. What is that happening? Sensation, relaxation and stillness. In science we say, okay, let us have a progressive relaxation. So where the focus remains? On the body, on the physiological, but it's good, it's okay for research, for studying objectivity, but not for the seeker who treats the path of mindfulness. See that. Once that understanding and the knowledge is clear, nothing can prevent you to live into that state forever. Right leg. Moving the mind on the right leg, feeling the sensation, relaxation and stillness. And I'm giving a pause, a silence. What the mind should do. Mind should remain there. It has to do nothing. No, I had a lot of problem, lot of thoughts, it pushes me. Mind is impure. Actionless thought. Hoping for something outside. Understand that. So what is the result? The mind naturally maintains its continuity on the right leg, and you're there. What we start thinking? Oh, let me control my mind. That is what mindfulness. Nothing, no, not at all. Look at the left leg. Move the mind on the left leg and feel the left leg. Be there. Experience sensation, relaxation and stillness. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. You come to my house and I say, come on, be seated, and I'm coming. What you do? You keep sitting. Oh no, but the mind still starts working. It starts looking the objects all around. Why? The goal is when I return, then we will talk. And what is the goal here? Ask yourself. It becomes very easy. So goal in this step is to maintain your awareness on the body with an experience of sensation, relaxation and stillness. I think I'm clear. Normally, I like to give the practice as if we are talking. And in that talking, the knowledge happens, action happens, and you are there. Oh, it's not a serious business. Aware of the body, your mind is on the body, you have an experience of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Knowledge continues. Wisdom continues. Once you learn driving, knowledge continues. Few years back, Terry, who's doing this practice of mindfulness, drove me from Brooklyn to Penn Station. She had a lot of challenges. She should not have done it. Knowledge and action. That's how I observe people. There's not observation, it happens naturally. Let us move to the next step. The mind should have a clarity of knowledge, clarity, that it is living within. So today's next step is this. So living within. I'm living within my house, inside my house. I'm aware of outside. So let us move the mind with awareness of outside and inside. Look at the head and the neck. What is outside? Experience, sensation, relaxation and stillness. And what is inside? Space, blankness. What? Oh, I'm moving away from the second knowledge, invisible knowledge to the others, the thinking part. See that? We get some glimpse. Conscious process. You know everything consciously. You do everything consciously in mindfulness. The moment you lose that, it is gone. You miss it. So now the two mode, outside and inside. Right arm outside, it's already there. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. And inside, and mind somewhat will say, oh, what is inside? What you're talking? Just an awareness inside the right arm. And you have a difference. Outside is sensation, relaxation and stillness. And inside, I see the space, maybe blankness, emptiness. You want to go deeper? You may see the space and the sensation inside. You can differentiate sensation on the skin and the sensation inside. That sensation is calmness. And that space is the state of quietness. It is so simple. Yeah, you live in a house and one day nobody is there. You're living alone. What happens? The mind says, oh, today everything is quiet. Come on, it was quiet every day. See that? Thought may be there, but you're also looking something behind that thought. That is, look at the left arm, sensation, relaxation and stillness outside, and space in the sensation. Inside, sensation, I translate that in this moment, when there is an experience of sensation, relaxation and stillness on outside the skin of the left arm, that sensation inside tells you that you are in the state of calmness, and also the sense of quietness is there. Why the sense of quietness? The mind moved away from the objective reality. Just simply know it. It will happen. I tell you, it's a play and a fun. Chest and the belly. Chest and the belly outside and inside. Just experience. I need not to speak about it. You already know it. The mind says no one is there. Space. Oh, thoughts are there but too far. Calmness. Thoughts are there and it may prompt me to act. Steadiness. See that? Okay, look at the right leg outside. Sensation, relaxation and stillness. Inside. Space and the sensation. Calmness and quietness. And I'm just asking you to recognize that. I'm not asking you to create. So when the science tries to understand this mindfulness journey, they said, oh, you have created that. What we say? Physiological rest, alpha waves, creatinine level goes down, balance of autonomic nervous system. Where the mind remains? Objectivity. It will not work. It does not mean I'm undermining it. Science has its own role. Let it continue. Look at the left leg. Outside, sensation, relaxation and stillness. Inside, the entire body from the top to the toes. You know it. Outside, what you know? I'm in sensation, relaxation and stillness. These sensations may change. It may be freezing, numbness, tingling. Let it happen. Why? We have not done anything. Need not to worry about it. And inside the body. Inside the body, space and the sensation, calmness and quietness. How easy, how natural. You know, some of you have that knowledge, not the thought, but the knowledge of actionless thought, thoughtless action. Thoughtful action, actionful thought. Well, it springs. Just you may have a glimpse, non-verbal. And that keeps you in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness, calmness, and quietness. But our journey continues. Our journey continues. On the breath. The breath goes in and out. You're knowing the breath is going in and out. You know that you feel the sensation of the breath going in and coming out. One thing more, we should not fall prey to the actionless thought. And what is the coup? Simple, do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. You need not to hold. You are simply knowing that you are not altering the rate and the rhythm of the breath. With awareness of the breath going in and out and feeling the sensation of the breath inside the nose when it goes in and when it comes out, in the state of sensation, relaxation and stillness, and also in the state of calmness and quietness. You're sitting alone in your house. You don't feel loneliness. You're sitting alone. So there is a sense of quietness. You feel more space. Not loneliness, in the sense of being alone, means all one. Oh, sense of quietness in the space. And suddenly, it happens one day, you become aware that the space inside and outside is essentially one, not two. You experience. What is that experience? You transcend the body consciously. You transcend the wall consciously. A sense of limitedness created out of ignorance by the mind. You are looking at the breath. I talked about this space for a purpose, that the mind picks up that non-verbal knowledge. Looking at the breath going in and out, feeling the sensation of the breath, and no change. Continue the journey on the breath awareness in the state of calmness and quietness that you experience inside, and the sensation, relaxation and stillness that is outside. Now see, let me express in a different. The breath is contained. But then what is the container? Space. So can we have fourth point here? The breath is going in and out, good. Feeling the sensation, good. No change in the rate and the rhythm of the breath. All the three are happening in the space. No, but what should I do when the breath goes in? Feel the sensation, become aware of the infinite space where the breath is happening. And when the breath comes out, become aware of the space where the breath is happening. That's what I told you. The space inside your house and outside. You're breaking that shell of the limitedness created by the mind. In one way you can say this is how we transcend the mind. We always talk about the state of egolessness. Why we do that? It is that I-ness in the mind that creates a limited perception, leads to ignorance, leads to impurity, leads to actionless thought and thoughtless action. At a very subtle level, we are getting away with that I in the mind. Means the doer, the knower. How? The space is one, inside and outside. So what is left? The knower goes away, objectivity goes away, knowing remains. Knower, knowledge, knowing. So Patanjali, the great master, says, one definition, meditation is where the doer of the meditation dissolves, and so the object of meditation dissolves. You cannot practice effortlessness. Remember. Why? There has to be a doer to practice, so the doer always is present. The knower is always present. So here, that the knower with reference to the objects outside dissolves. You are in the state of knowing, you are in the state of mindfulness. Our great master J. Krishnamurti says it is choiceless awareness. It doesn't mean you are not aware of the world of duality of choices outside. You dissolve that wrong notion of being a doer to make a choice. You're already in a state of knowing. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your awareness on the right hand, your awareness on the left hand. Raise both your palms and place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside the palms. Know your experiences. Bring the hands down to share your experiences. Now you can unmute and then we will share. Unmute your Terry. You have to unmute. Yes. How are you, Terry?
Okay.
You joined me after so many years.
Yes.
You have to continue the journey.
Yes.
It will happen. It is happening.
Yeah, I'm not moving much right now.
That's good. That's good. But I don't see the smile on your face yet.
My face is doing what it wants.
Okay.
I'm not controlling it.
You have already started it. Good. How are you, Paul and Priscilla?
My mind was hyper alert.
That's good.
And my body felt like it was divided straight down the middle, to the left and the right. So I don't know what that means, but that's where I was.
It drops our duality also when we see that it is divided, fragmented, if I say.
Mm-hmm.
So the mind doesn't attach to the body. It goes up. That's really good. I use the term hyper alert. That's good. How are you, Paul?
It was very calm today, just like last week. That breathing, just going in and out, as you know, is very strong for me. And, you know, there was no time.
Oh,
Again,
that's
there's
good.
no time. It seems
Wonderful.
like we just started.
It's beautiful. It's wonderful. How are you, Anne? You have to unmute. How are you, Samir?
Sir, it took 5-6 minutes to get inside as you were giving the instructions, and after that I was just absorbed in it, and I was just looking, watching everything what was happening in my head, and I was you told me to look all the parts of the body, and after that I was just watching my thoughts, and that's it.
That's good. That's
And
good.
sir, very, it feels like that somebody has put ice on my legs when you tell me to see your leg and see your right leg, see your left leg. Somebody has put in that ice box my leg.
Very good. Freezing
How is that
and
possible? I don't know why.
calming. It is helping you because we meet twice every week and that is also helping you to progress and
Yes, sir.
evolve.
Yes.
Yeah, it gives you a clear understanding. So how are you, Anne?
Yes, I'm calm much better than at the beginning of the meditation. I really calmed down.
Yeah, small birthday gift.
Thank you.
So I would request you to just think of it. Knowledge, sense knowledge, mental knowledge of the thoughts. Behind that we have a lot of stuff and anger, hesitation happens. But also there is a choice. Actionless thought. Actionless thought. Now the positive way. I know the peace is within. That's I have understood. For example, we are not forcing. The teacher never forces. Okay, the peace is there. But because this knowledge is not fully absorbed and translated, we have not reached to that state of mindfulness. That's it. Huh? Priscilla? That's how simple it is. So that is all for today. Thank you very much. We'll meet again next week.